care of this now?
Hope you make a decision soon enough, and the right one.
Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. Oh, interesting. A motivational hoodie. Motivational? More like demotivational. I only kept it because it's really comfy. Of course you did. It doesn't remind you of all that determination and ambition that fueled my academic success. Anyway, thanks. I appreciate it. What's troubling you?
Well, I've been analyzing the situation thoroughly, and in light of the fact that we may all die of this abnormality in our brains, the thought of not making it back to Earth has been haunting me. To the point of obsession, I admit.
Hey, you'll make it. We'll all make it, don't worry, okay?
Oh, please. I'm not worried for myself. There's a lot more at stake here than just our fleeting lives. Can't you see? The world will miss so much if I go too soon.
Oh, what do you mean?
My work. Everything I did in my parallel life wasn't meaningless. On the contrary, no, it had the potential to push space exploration to a whole new level.
Really? How?
You see, I developed a method of nanoparticle dispersion that proved to be stable in even the most extreme conditions.
Oh, shit?
Exactly. And now it breaks my heart to think that all that groundbreaking research, all that knowledge could just disappear with me, never to see the light of day.
Relax. You're not disappearing, and neither is your knowledge. Don't let dark thoughts bring you down.
What am I, a child to be consoled like one? I don't think you understand. I'm not wallowing in sorrow. This is a call to action.
Oh, so what do you want to do?
I want to recreate my research, here and now. Revisit my logic, backtrack my calculations, rewire the connections in my brain, and write it all down again. For posterity.
And you need me to...
Grant me the time to focus on this project and nothing else. Of course, I'd still be there to attend mission-critical tasks if the need arises, but I would appreciate if I could limit my availability as much as possible until I get this weight off my chest completely.
Fine. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. It's amazing that by trying to save your own life and altering yourself, you involuntarily unleash such a big potential for change and progress. I can start working on my old research whenever you're ready.
Hey, so... I'm guessing you received instructions from Lena about an alternative solution to our problem. I want you to know that I have those implants ready.
A nanoparticle treatment, yes, that's smart. But the device itself, highly questionable. It would mean exposing us to Ally Corp.
I won't lie to you. Yes, I see. Of course, they'd have to find out about it sooner or later, right? But this? Look, I can clearly see why Lena tucked you into this. She has no idea what's going on here. We're just an abstract problem for her. But on an empirical level, I'm not so sure it's a good idea. Anything's better than Maxwell's solution. Are you sure? Because in this case, we'll all be giving them access to our brains, Jan.
Do you really need to be a scientist to understand what that means? I'm just not convinced it's safe to expose ourselves like that, considering there are other options. What if it concerned you? Would you inject a tracking device for convicts into your own brain?
If the only other way was to sacrifice another being, yes, I'd be willing to take the risk. Very noble. But it's a choice you can only make for yourself, not for others. So, you think we should go ahead with tabula rasa?
All I'm saying is that you should decide responsibly, with the potential consequences for all of us in mind.
I'm pretty sure I want to go ahead with these implants.
Your conviction is rash, but I'm putting the mission first. So, if it really is your final decision, I'll follow through. You should be prepared to face less civilized reactions than mine, though.
Leave that to me.
Still, I won't be able to start the treatment at once. I'm not an expert on nanoparticle meds, but I do know we need to give the healing agent time to mature before it can be used.
How much time?
3 days, according to the instructions from Lena. But we can't linger more than that. Once it's ready, we'll need to call a meeting and communicate your decision to everybody.
Okay, good. Let's go for it then. Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next?
Looks like I found an alternative treatment for you.
Shit. So it is true. Your wife told you to put implants in our brains so the corporation can track us? You're not seriously thinking about it.
Actually, I'm considering it. It's better than the other option.
Oh, man. Oh, this is it. We're done for.
So, heard the news? We might have a cure for you.
Yeah. Everyone's talking about it. They're saying it's a controversial idea. But this is not the time and place for being subtle, right?
So, heard the news? I think we might have a cure for you.
Yeah, I heard. And I want you to know I don't like it. It would be like being fed my own brother's brain.
What if I told you I'm looking for another way?
Yeah, whatever. I'm starting to think it's not the solution that's the problem. It's the fact you put us in this situation in the first place.
Tension is becoming dangerous. We need to find a solution. forgot how good it is.
this now?
another movie. This one was actually on my pile of shame. Jeez, I packed a lot of stuff.
Those brain implants. I really don't like it, Jan.
Okay, people. I wanted to hold this meeting to tell you that, well, we finally might have a cure for your condition.
Okay. Let's hope it's a good one. Let's hold off celebrating till we hear it. I just want it to be over.
We can use neural implants. It's a safe and efficient solution, but there is a risk, a high risk, in fact, that the corporation will find out about your existence.
Who said it's a bad thing if they find out? I mean, they're humans too. I don't believe they'll just dispose of us in cold blood. Are you for real? All we are to them is a fucking bunch of freaks. Better to just kill me than let them implant their junk in my brain.
We are doing it. That's my decision.
Oh, so you've decided for us. without even giving us an alternative. It's a good decision, Jan. I'm willing to take the risk. I don't believe you're giving us away. I thought you had more balls.
Let's stop wasting time and get on with it. We knew from the start we weren't born into a fairy tale.
Exactly. We weren't born into a fairy tale. Because we weren't born at all. We were just created to prolong this loser's meaningless life. Truth is, there is no good way out of this mess. The branching was, from the start, it was, shit. He collapsed. He's breathing. Get him some water.
It's getting worse. We need a cure now. What's your call?
I'm putting my money on Lena's idea.
Good. I'll gather everyone and inject the neural implants in their heads. Let's hope this works. All right, let's see. This should go here, and... Are you okay? I think so. At least it's not causing me any physical discomfort. And it looks like it didn't kill me. Maybe I underestimated Lena. Great. Maybe in time you'll just be able to forget about it. What's done is done. All that matters now is whether we can continue our mission safely. Time to get the others, I suppose. I'll leave you to it.
What a shitty day.
up, sleepyhead. Bedtime's over.
What happened?
Do you know where you are? Who you are? Do you remember anything?
Please. What next? Gonna ask me about my name and role on this mission? Of course I remember. I mean, up to a point. Oh, shit. Oh, my chest.
Careful. You took a heavy blow there.
Yeah. I remember the technician. But why? Did he attack me?
Yes. Apparently, some of us were unable to come to terms with your decisions. Looks like they'd been planning this for some time. Repairing the tour vehicle while you weren't watching. Filling it up with stolen supplies. And then, when the time came, the technician just knocked you down. And they took off into the desert.
Shit. It's all my fault. I saw it coming, but I didn't do anything to stop it. Was he trying to kill me? I mean, what exactly happened?
I think he just wanted to send a message. Knock you unconscious, maybe. But that blow caught you off balance. You fell and punctured your helmet. You were suffocating. Luckily, we had some Madrigal in the med bay. Well, at least I thought that would work. But after the injection, you just turned blue and started shaking all over.
Of course I did. I'm allergic to Adrical.
Yes, well, I know that now. I'll probably need to get tested too when I'm back on Earth.
Wait. How did you find out?
From someone who knows you best. I called Lena.
You talked to Lena?
Yes. Fortunately, all of this happened before we got lost and communications died.
We're lost?
The navigation system's down. The storm is everywhere. We've been circling blindly for days. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but frankly, the base is close to breaking down. The storm's been putting it under a lot of pressure, and supplies are at a critical level. It's been quite intense.
Do you have any regrets about not going with them?
And abandon my lab? No way. That could never happen. But if you're asking me whether I believe our chances of survival are greater, well, that's a whole different question. We've been doing what we could to get out of this storm. With all the time we've lost, I'd say we're one mistake away from failing the mission and getting stuck here for good. We need to stop drifting aimlessly, pick a direction, and this time, it needs to be a flawless choice.
Flawless.
I'm glad you see the problem.
Okay, so what do we do?
I was hoping things would change when you woke up, but I suppose it's gonna take more than that.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not superhuman, you know. How am I supposed to suddenly know what to do?
Well, superhuman or not, you're still gonna have to bite the bullet.
Bullet? What bullet? What are you talking about?
I didn't want to stress you immediately after you woke up, but there is something you should hear. Some messages in the comms room from before we lost contact with Earth.
Okay. What's in them? What are you not telling me?
Just listen for yourself.
a message for Jan Dolsky, corporate ID 4672B. My name is Agatha Wilson, and I am the Chief Operating Officer at Ally Corp, your employer. I have received some very unfortunate news about your mission. I do hope you realize it is vital that we speak without delay, so as to clear up any possible misunderstandings. Otherwise, the board will have to qualify your actions as purposefully subversive. I cannot keep them hoping it is not the case for much longer. Please don't let me down, and get back to me immediately.
What the fuck, Jan? What the fuck? They know everything. The board. But I thought we were... I thought we had each other's backs. That is some deep, deep shit you got Maxwell into. Do you even realize what you've done? Stabbing him in the back like that? Without any warning after everything he's done for you? Me? This is my last call. They've decided to cut me off. I won't be able to talk to anyone, do anything. Not until someone comes for me. All I do is sit here in this tin can and wait. Well done, bro. You know, I thought you'd have the guts to face me, but no. At least, I hope at least, you don't fuck things up with Rubidium. And that you bring enough for those bastards to share with others. But maybe I'm naive to think you care about such things.
So, apparently you're unconscious, but I'm still gonna record this message. I just had the most surreal conversation of my life. With your alter. Which is how he introduced himself. I went down to the medical staff, and that's when they told me about the readings from your implant. Or should I say, implants? What the fuck, Jan? Multiple patients with the same DNA. Have you completely lost your mind out there? Did you think no one would find out? Well, the board knows. My boss, Agatha, knows. And she took it straight to Maxwell. Boy, is he fucked. Him and that assistant of his. What the hell were you thinking listening to him? Letting him drag you into some corrupt experiment. Even if it was your only option, how could you not tell me? You lied to me. And here I was thinking... I was such an idiot to trust you.
Find me when you're done with those calls.
To the safer evacuation.
It's so important. Looks like a waste of space, to be honest. Looks like the mess is bigger than I thought.
Yes, we've waited long enough for you to come to, but we need decisions fast. What's the plan?
The plan is simple. We need to get out of this sandstorm and reach the rendezvous point. I just don't really know how. Not yet.
I never thought I'd say it, but I miss the technician. He knew that navigation system inside out.
He kept challenging me. I failed him, and you're paying the price.
Now's not the time for regrets, Jan. We need to set a direction for the base, and it needs to be right. We can't afford another day of drifting aimlessly in this storm. This is not a joke, Jan. Everything depends on you. The mission, Rapidium, our lives. You've decided to trust the corporation. We implanted their tech in our heads, losing a part of the team in the process. I'd hate to know it was all for nothing. I did what I thought was right. Using tabula rasa was not an option, but it looks like doing right by your conscience doesn't always mean doing right by others. I'm sorry. I wish I could have done better. As your captain, no need to blame yourself. Apparently there was no way for you to ever become one. What do you mean? Just take a look at the branchings available in the QC. You can find all sorts of walks of life that you could have taken, but a captain? No, it was never possible. None of us were cut out for that role.
Huh. That sounds sad. So, definitive. Does that mean we've reached the limit of who we can become?
Well, this actually got me thinking about something.
What?
That code we got from Maxwell to upgrade the QC, his old experiment. He and Lucas used the mind records in a completely different way to manipulate the consciousness of an existing person.
You're not really thinking we should try and repeat that?
Oh, I agree it could be dangerous, but well, you said it yourself. There might not be another way.
Fine. I'll do it. What's the plan?
It's hard to call it a plan. Just go into the womb, I'll plug you in, load Maxwell's code, and improvise.
Testing on production? Doesn't sound like your standards.
Oh, I had to say goodbye to my standards the moment I woke up in this base. All right, I'm activating the procedure. Any last words?
Yeah, is it okay to have second thoughts about overwriting my heart? Is it over? Hello? Anybody here? Base has stopped. I should check outside. Ah, shit. We're still in the storm. What the hell? Hey, someone's there. Wait. Am I losing my mind? Damn it. What was that? Hey, is that a baby? What's going on here?
should have run faster.
What the hell? Who are you? What are you doing here?
I am you, Jan. Just different.
Am I dead?
No, you're just lost in the desert, remember?
This is not real. It's not really happening, right?
Why would you think it's not happening? Your mind is here. Isn't that real enough? The better question is, why are you here?
I wanted to change things. Become a better man. Someone who knows what to do.
A better man. You can't just start being someone else all of a sudden. Didn't Pops teach you that?
I'm not my father.
Maybe not. But aren't you doing what he did all his life? Waiting for a miracle to happen and change everything.
That's not true. I wasn't waiting for anything. I took matters into my own hands.
Do you really believe that? That you're the architect of your own fate? What if deciding, making choices was never anything more than just an illusion? It's crossed your mind, hasn't it? Does it really matter what I do, where I go, what I say? Am I the captain of my ship? Or does it take its own course regardless of what I do? You're wrong. I create my future.
Hey, wait, how?
How do you know what I'm going to say? Cut it out.
Cut it out.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. But you haven't been listening carefully. I told you. I'm you. It breaks my heart to see you so absorbed in that whole what-if business. Using your alters to revisit problems you couldn't solve. You've been very busy. But still, instead of moving forward, you end up here, stuck in your past. How is that?
I know now that I could have been there for her. If I had taken a different path.
She's gone, Jan. She always was. There was never anything you could have done.
Where's he gone? Oh, this is crazy. Lena, is that you?
Was a mistake. Why didn't you fight for us? We weren't meant for each other. I tried. It's over.
What is going on with me?
It's over. It's over. I tried.
Lena! No, don't go. Wait!
I guess you two just weren't meant to be together.
You again? Come here to make fun of my failures.
Not my fault you're caught up in their loop. In that big round base of yours.
I'm moving forward.
Yes. To stop short on the wrong side of a precipice. Can't you see that you never were good enough for her? Her parents were mad at her when she dumped that law student for you. The unemployed miner's son with no prospects. And you wanted to impress them with what? A house with a garden, a steady job in a corporation? Is that why you were so afraid of losing that house and going abroad with her? Because you knew her parents wouldn't respect you? Just look at your alters. Don't you think any one of them would impress her more than the average boring Yandolski? She fell in love with the person I was, not with who I could have been.
Love. Such a big word. Was it real love, though? Can you even tell what's real? How many times did you wonder that maybe you're not the original Jan? That there had to be someone else, a version of you who actually deserved to live, to be loved. Because he always knew what to do, because he never made mistakes. Maybe that way he was worthy of his father's love.
What a ridiculous thought.
No more ridiculous than the other thoughts you've had about yourself. I'm just saying what you're thinking.
Please, don't go! What the fuck? No. Where are you going? Hey, you.
Don't quit now!
I'm suffocating!
Run faster!
Help me! I need air! Help! I'm suffocating! John, I need air! Help!
God! Help me! God, please! Help! Help! God! Help me! God, please! Help! Help! God! This is your captain! Open the door! Please! Don't let me die!
I'm sorry, Captain. I can't. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
They were dead before you got to them.
They needed my help.
Believe me, there's nothing you could have done for them.
All this time, and I still don't understand what happened.
I'm sure you have some smart theories up your sleeve. Go ahead. Hit me.
Maybe there was no reason at all. It was just an accident. Like most things.
Maybe it was. You see, I think that deep down, you know what happened. The answers were always there, in front of you. But instead of piecing them together, you preferred to look away.
What answers? What are you talking about?
You know there was an oxygen leak during the landing. You got that information. And you also know what the quantum computer is, how it operates, what its main purpose is.
To optimize decisions.
That's right. Its role is to ensure the success of the mission no matter what. And it looks like in the face of an emergency, it had to do just that.
There was only enough oxygen for one person to survive. And the QC had to calculate the probability, as it always does, who should receive that life-saving breath. No judgment, no reading tea leaves, just pure data analysis to give the answer to one simple question. Who had the biggest chances of completing the mission? And it was... yes. The math pointed to you. How do you know all this? Because you know it. You always did. But you were so focused on your mistakes. I was busy making tough decisions and figuring out how to avoid bad choices. What is a bad choice, really? You feel you could have made a lot of different decisions in your life, but without those choices, good or bad, you wouldn't be who you are. The person with the best chance to pull it off. Maybe it's not you who needs to change, but your perspective. Mistakes can have good consequences too, you know. Like what? Letting my altar split? Maybe. Conflicts can open new, unexpected paths. What do you mean? Find and follow your disobedient side. You've spent a lot of time on this planet escaping the sun, facing the darkness. Maybe it's time you started looking through the darkness and notice the light. Light? What light? Hey. Looks like I'm back.
It does. And well, you're cognizant. You've been shaking on that bed for an hour. I was honestly worried about the choice of settings I applied in that program.
No. I think you did everything right.
So, did it work? You look the same. Did anything change?
Yeah, to be honest. Everything's different. Just not the way I expected.
So, what happened?
I understood things. Things I sort of knew, but my brain kept hidden from me for some reason.
It's called the subconscious, Jan.
Yeah, I guess it is. So, my subconscious told me that instead of trying to fix my old life, I should try and take something good from what I messed up. It was very comforting.
I'm sure it was. Did your subconscious by any chance mention how we could get out of here?
Yeah. We should look for the rebels.
The rebels? Do you really believe they're still alive?
If there's anybody who can make it through this storm, it's the technician.
Well, that vehicle is definitely more maneuverable than our base.
He said something about noticing the light. That make any sense to you?
The light? Seriously? We risk everything to alter your mind, and all you come back with is a cliched epiphany about following the light?
Doesn't the tur emit any light?
Well, probably. But in case you haven't noticed, there's a sandstorm raging outside. We'd never be able to see anything, even if we had the most high-end...
Wait a minute. What? Tell me.
Low-frequency electromagnetic waves detection.
Oh, now you're confusing me.
That could be it. Yeah, the navigation system. It can be switched into an auxiliary mode, tracing any interferences in electromagnetic wavelength. And that means If there was a source of artificial light somewhere nearby, the sensors could be able to locate it.
And follow it.
Right. If the technician really did find a way through the storm and the tour vehicle is not too far away, it could be worth a try. Your subconscious might actually be a genius.
Oh, you never doubted that, did you?
We're out of the storm. I don't want to be disproportionately enthusiastic, but it seems like our idea worked.
Our idea?
Yes, we brainstormed, didn't we?
Sure. Shouldn't it be here? The exploration vehicle?
We're close to the rendezvous point. It can't be far.